we African people are essentially people who are optimists, as opposed to ICE people or the people in Europe who are pessimists. African people have got optimist mentality, and then other people have got pessimist mentality. In Africa, a man will have nothing to eat, and on that day, he will not worry. He will say, God will provide, or something is going to happen, or my relatives will give me something. That is optimism. African people approach life from an optimistic perspective. But that optimistic perspective can also be exploited by people with bad intent, especially politicians. Politicians can exploit our optimism. We always believe that next year will be better than today. Tomorrow will be better than yesterday. But let's not forget that today is based on what happened yesterday. So for our studies, the best subject qualified to reward our research is nothing better than history. History of all our studies is the best qualified to reward all our research. Now, most of these politicians have been promising their country growth, a significant percent. And that significant percent is not significant. It's 6%, 7%. If you know a percent is a proportion of 100. If your economy grows by 6%, it means it has not literally grown at all, because 6% is not even a statistical minimum. Those of you who have studied statistics know that a statistical minimum is 33%. So your economy has grown by 6%, well, be fired, because it hasn't grown at all. It means it has not grown by 94%. But that's not the point of today's discussion. That is not the point of today's lecture. Today, I am intent on explaining to you, one, that the subject you study are the people you lead. And one characteristic of African people is that we don't study. We don't study, we don't read. We don't know, we don't care. We assume that what we know is the end of everything. We assume that what we have been told is the end of everything. In fact, in countries like Uganda, Tanzania or Kenya, if a man holds the Bible and reads it, that is the end of all learning. They believe that the Bible has got every answer. And that is why you see all these now prayer breakfasts, praying to God to save the nation. Now I want to tell you something, you on your prayer breakfast, that God is always on the side of the strongest battalions. God never sides with the weak. No, God always sides on the strong, because God can't be a loser.